Hey, welcome back to the Car Sucker. My name is Jimmy Prater. I'm a car closer. That's what I do. I close and close and close and close, and I want to teach you to close. I want to teach you closing methods that you're going to help make you more money and close more deals, because it's all about the gross, right? It's all about the gross. You know, I remember selling cars in the 1998, 99, somewhere in there, and I was selling at La Brea Chevrolet in Los Angeles, California. It's actually just down from Hollywood, and I got a phone call. Well, I took the phone call because when you're a closer, back then, when you were a closer, you were a floor manager, you took the phone calls. But now we got BDCs and we got things a lot more organized. And I took a phone call, and the guy on the other line said, I'm looking for a special Corvette. And I said, okay, which one is it? And he said, I'm looking for the Indianapolis Pace car. I said, no, we don't have one of those. And the guy was kind of like, he goes, well, why not? I said, because they're ugly. Purple car with yellow wheels. Nobody wants one of those. And the guy said, well, Santa Monica Chevrolet has one of those. I said, that's because they're all a bunch of clowns. It's a clown mobile. You know, I mean, we have one Corvette because they're just fresh off, right out of the factory, because it's a new style. That year, it was all sleek and muscle looking and fast looking, and the car was so nice, and I loved those cars, and they were so easy to sell, even though we didn't have much product training, because at that time it wasn't really that important. But now it is. It's important to know all your product and be product specialists. Well, let's get back to that story. The guy says, well, what do you have? And I just happened to be standing next to this white Corvette, the only Corvette that we had in the entire store. And I said, well, I got this white Corvette, tan interior, convertible, tan top, the only white Corvette in the state of California. The only convertible white Corvette in the state of California. As a matter of fact, it's the only white convertible with tan interior and tan top. Beautiful car. But we don't sell clown mobiles here at La Brea Chevrolet. We just don't do that. And the guy says, okay, well, I'll be right down. What's your name? I tell him my name, and I try to get his phone number. He says, I don't want to give you my phone number. I said, okay. So he comes to the store. He came to the store. They says, and I'm thinking this guy is a jokester. Okay, I'm thinking he's a jokester because the way he spoke on the phone. Nobody talks like that on the phone to a salesperson without being a jokester, right? We've all had those stories, and that's what's so neat about this business. You know, if you're a people person and you run across these and you get to tell these interesting stories that certain people think they're interesting. Well, the guy says, I'm looking for Jim Prater. And oh boy, I acted like a clown I talk about clown mobiles. I'm the clown on the phone. I remember the salesperson named Reggie. He says, there he is! Point me out like there was no tomorrow. And I said, hey, how you doing, sir? He says, is that it? I'm looking around. Like, there's no other Corvette. Yeah, there's no other Corvette. And then he says, yeah, I'll go ahead and take it. Yeah, right. You know, this is Hollywood, right? This is Los Angeles. This is the entertainment capital of the world. There's actors, unemployed actors, there's comedians, and there's wackos. I mean, no offense. I mean, you get wackos everywhere, but, you know, I working at that store, I met a lot of interesting people. But this one here was really interesting to me because he said that he'd just take it. He didn't want to test drive it. He didn't want me to do a walk around on it. He didn't even want to introduce himself, other than he said, my name is Brian. I said, okay. Well, I said, before we do this, sir, I need you to sit down at my desk. I need to get some financials from you. Because I went right for the jugular, because it was very clear no one was test driving that vehicle on the showroom floor because you just couldn't get these Corvettes at the time. Well, sat down, and I said, may I see your driver's license, sir? Pulls out his driver's license. And I look at it, and I look at him, I look at the driver's license, and I said, excuse me, sir. I got up and went to my general manager. He was sleeping in the lobby. And his name was Frank. He was a great manager, could close and could desk. But just kind of ornery sometimes. And if he wanted to take a siesta nap, he'd do it. Frank was funny. Good dude. So Frank sits down at the Frank was in there sleeping. Just, I said, hey, Frank, wake up. I said, hey. And Frank goes, yeah. And I said, hey, man, do I get a 5-liner on this guy? No, I'll get the door. Frank gets up, opens the door. We get the keys. I go on a test drive with this guy. And we go around the block. We come back. He says, 1966, when I signed with Capitol Records, he said, they gave me a white Corvette, and I have not had one since. I love that car. He comes back. He says, okay, I got to make a quick phone call. He makes a phone call, and this person a friend of his comes, Speedy Gonzalez there. I mean, he was there like really quickly. And he was Brian's accountant. So Brian says, Brian says, I'll be outside looking at the Corvette. Go ahead and wrap the deal up. Well, this guy was negotiating. Now, it was $10,000 over sticker, period. No problem. That's how, no negotiating. $10,000 over sticker. We had an addendum. $10,000 markup over MSRP. Well, Brian says, the accountant says no. He wanted $5,000 less of the MSRP. I went back and forth a couple of times with the pencil. Finally, Frank says, just tell him to leave. Well, all I'm thinking is dollar signs, ching, 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 ching. I mean, I want to make some money here, This will be a nice commission. So I didn't know what else to do. Brian's out there rapping with some other salespeople out by his car that he wants to buy. And I walk up there, and I got nothing to lose at the time. I said, hey, Brian. He said, yeah. I said, you can't afford the car. He goes, what? You can't afford the car. Well, a couple of the fun salespeople that I used to work with, jokesters, look at Brian, they point at Brian, and he start laughing. You can't afford it. You got no dough, man. You got no dough. Brian can't afford it. Well, let me tell you something. Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys could afford this. So he walks over to the accountant. He says, I want to buy the car, and I'm buying the damn car right now. Okay, sir. Yes, sir. That's my Brian Wilson story of him buying a car for me. And it was a white Corvette, convertible, tan. You just never know who you're going to run into. And this business is a lot of fun. I'm making this video for one reason. Have fun. The more fun you have selling a car, I'm telling you, the more money you make, and just life is a lot easier. This is Car Sharker. I'm Jimmy Prater. I'm a closer. I teach closing techniques, closing methods. I want you to be the best closer in the world. Now, go have a lot of fun closing your next deal and do it. You can do it. Go close something.